self-discipline is very important in order to achieve your goals, and that's related to everything. Today I'm going to talk about fitness specifically and how you can use that self-discipline to ensure that you're achieving your goals. So the first thing you need to do is actually understand what your goal is. That is very important. Is when you know what it is you want to achieve, then you can take steps to ensure that you get to it, and make the most efficient steps and the most intelligent steps to get to where it is you want to go. So once you've set your goal, you need to make sure that it's achievable. You need to make sure that it's measurable, and you're able to make sure you're actually making progress and know when you actually get to it. That goal may change. You can do it in small, manageable chunks as well. So you could put a small goal, little milestones along the way that work towards your larger goal. Well, then you need to look at how you can go about doing it. So for example, you want to run a marathon, then you're probably going to want to be looking to build up your mileage with the running, gradually increase your distance and your stamina and your endurance. On the other hand, if you're looking to build muscle and get into bodybuilding or something like that, then you're probably going to want to spend a little bit more time in the gym lifting weights and increase your protein intake. Everyone is unique and everyone's goals are different. So that means the steps that you take on your way to achieving those goals are going to be different for everyone as well. So you need to tailor them for you. That means it comes down to accountability for yourself. What you may also want to do as well is, if you don't know certain things, is you could look out and ask people. You could try and seek help from or guidance or inspiration from other people, possibly in the gym. You may go to the gym and see some physiques of people who you want to aspire to be like. Watch what they do when they're training. Keep an eye on them. Copy what they're doing. Learn from them. Go and speak to them. Have a chat with them. Learn a bit about them. Learn about what they're doing for their training. And I'm sure if they're up there in terms of what they're doing, they'll be able to share you some wisdom and advice. So I would recommend speaking to people. And a lot of people don't do that in gyms these days. But I always remember one of the first gyms I went to is we'd all train together. We'd talk together. We'd go in a sauna or a steam room and talk about training, and sometimes we'd have a workout together, and we'd always learn off each other, and it was great, a good positive kind of environment to develop and learn new things. So don't be afraid to actually learn from other people rather than just going on kind of Google and searching things, or going online looking for influencers and things like that, because often influencers online may not necessarily be telling you, hello, come on. Come on in. Come on. Say hello. So often influencers may not be, I wouldn't say they're lying, but they may not be 100% kind of on your side in terms of what you want to achieve, because there's a motivation for someone who's maybe a full-time YouTuber or a full-time Instagrammer or TikToker or whatever. Their motivation is going to be that they're, regardless of what they say, probably posting content to make a bit of money. Which there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm trying to say is a lot of them, they will constantly reinvent the wheel as they go. So often it is the basics that work, and often it is just trying to come up with fancy, weird and wonderful things just to get views and likes may not be helpful. I'm not saying that's across the board. I'm just saying that be wary of who you're getting your information from. You need to make sure that they know what they're talking about, they're qualified as well. You could even seek the help of a trainer in your gym or go to a class as well, and just try and get them to steer you in the right direction. So conducting research, I wouldn't say just go to one place and get that research. Have a little look around, see what makes most sense to you, try a few different things, see how it works for you as well, and just kind of use your own kind of common sense as well, and how your body's feeling when you're doing stuff as well. Just always make sure that you're resting, recovering, and just trying to use good form as well. Your exercise as well is always very important, and gradually building things up. And a lot of people, what they struggle with is they come in too hard. They're so kind of, what's the word, so energetic, so enthusiastic at the start. They've got the motivation at the start. All these people in January, they're, hey, it's good to go. We've got New Year's out of the way, Christmas out of the way. We're going to join the gym January, and then they get 2-3 weeks down the line and they're sore and they get injured and they lose the motivation. It becomes difficult for them to manage within their life. That moves on to my next point, and that is actually being able to fit whatever your goal is, or training to whatever your goal is, into your routine. You need to make it as easy as possible for you to do the training. If you say, for example, join a gym that's on a complete other side of town, there's just places it takes you an hour to get to, or it's horrible to get to, big bad traffic when you finish work, and traffic lights and roadworks, and you get there, it's busy and you can't get anything, then you're gonna talk yourself out of it. You're gonna go, finish work, oh tired, real long day, bad traffic, oh, I'm gonna go home. And then you may have intent, you may say, oh, I'll go home and I'll have a coffee. And then that'll perk me up. And then when the traffic's gone, a little bit quieter, I'll go out of the house, I'll drive to the gym, and then I'll train. But I can guarantee what will happen is you'll go home, you'll have your cup of coffee, you'll sit on a sofa, or maybe do some housework, cook a bit of dinner, unpack your bag, have a shower, and you'll relax. And then when you relax, what happens then? Is it going to be, you going to be going straight to the gym, or will that relaxation where you've been tired, you've had a long, stressful day in work, and you can't be bothered going to the gym, it's too far away, you can't bother, you'll do it tomorrow. Then the same thing will happen tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that. Next thing you know, you've missed an entire week of training. How is that going to help you get your goals? When that happens week in, week out, next thing you know, you're not going to the gym at all. You look at your finances, bank statements and things like that. Oh, money's a bit tight this month. What am I using? Oh, gym membership will be the first to go. Very important that you choose something that you're able to fit into your routine. So, for example, I'll use myself as an example here. I used to work for the emergency services. I used to work all sorts of shifts, all sorts of hours, weird, wonderful times in the morning. It was a trek and a half for me to get to work. Bad traffic, real horrendous traffic it was. Long day in work. I'd finish work, I'd drive back, and the routine I had at the times, I'd drive back and I'd go to the gym, and I was just so tired. 9 times out of 10 I would make it, because I've always trained, so I've always been quite disciplined. Sometimes I'd just be too tired to go. Or when I would go, it was a rubbish session, or people would just annoy me because I was tired and irritable. So I changed my routine. I went and joined the 24-hour gym that was on the way to work. And so even though I was starting at 7 o'clock in the morning some days, I would get up at 2:45 and I would get myself ready. I wouldn't shower. I would drive to the gym. I would train at the gym, I'd shower at the gym, I'd get changed at the gym, then I'd head to work. Now a lot of people would say, Max, you're mad, why are you getting up at that time in the morning? 7 o'clock is early as it is. But because I was doing such a long journey anyway, this actually benefited me, because one, I was training. Secondly, as well, I wasn't spending my hot water in the morning, my money on the hot water, but I was actually missing a massive chunk of the traffic on the journey. So when I would come out of the gym, I only had a little bit left distance to get to work, and so therefore my journey time actually decreased significantly. I think I saved about 30 minutes in the car. So I saved 30 minutes in the car, I do an hour in the gym, and it's only actually really cost me 30 minutes based on that calculation. So a lot less stress, I'm getting my goal in. So that's just what you need to do. You need to look at your life and figure out what's going on. So like at the moment when I'm training, when I'm working, I work, finish work, and the gym is pretty much just there. I mean, it's not the best gym in the world. It's not the cheapest gym in the world, but it means I go every day that I can, that I plan to go every day after work. Whereas previously what I was doing was I was training, I train on the weekend, and then weekend would come and it wouldn't happen. Something would happen, it'd be some kind of emergency, or something would happen, something would go wrong, or I need to do here, do that, and I think, well, I'll go late there, and then it just wouldn't happen. It just depends entirely on you. When I was a lot younger, I could go and do those sort of things. But yeah, that's me. Enough about me. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about achieving your goals. I've gone on a bit of a tangent there. Hope that does help you. It's all about finding a way to work in your routine as best you can, setting your goals, originally, learning what to do, and tailoring what you're doing specifically to meet your needs so that you achieve it quicker. And also it means you can reflect on any kind of milestones you hit. You know, when you achieve something, whether it's in your weightlifting, and you say, look, I want to bench press 150 kilograms. You know, but your bench press is starting off at 60 kilograms, and you say, you know, by the time you get to 100, okay, you haven't made 150, but you've done 100 kilograms. So you know then, look, I've made the progress, man. I've made the progress. I'm killing it. And then you'll hit that milestone, and then the next milestone might be 125 kilograms, and then you're on your way then to 150 kilograms, and you won't double your strength. So yeah, very important that you're able to track things and progress things, and you don't have to kick the ass out of it. You don't have to put spreadsheets together and things like that. You just need to remember or write it down or take a photo or whatever. You just need to make it as easy as possible. Set yourself up for success. Whereas a lot of people, they do it the other way around and they make things more difficult than it needs to be, and ultimately they may set themselves up for failure or require an enormous amount of self-motivation and self-sacrifice to get to where they want to go. And then by the time they get to it, or even halfway through to it, they go, is it worth it? They ask themselves that question. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know if you've got any questions or comments. Hit me up. See you soon. Bye.